This is Exley's on the NFL Unfiltered. UK style, let's get into it.
What's up, guys? This is Exley's on the NFL Unfiltered, UK style. Let's get into it. First up is our top stories of the week.
I think we got to stop our script thing a sec, though, because we've just got the breaking news that Jackson Dart's going to start for the Giants.
Yeah, that's actually, I think that's going to be hopefully good for the Giants because, let's face it, can he play any worse than Russell Wilson?
Well, yes and no. I'm literally on here. We had him as the player of the week, not last week, week before. You know, he really balled out in that game.
Could you just?
But he just can't seem to actually get them to finish their drives.
No, and it's not all Russell Wilson.
No.
I mean, if you look at every game this week has been like,
There's been craziness this.
I don't know whether the NFL's in some sort of time vortex or some crazy shit like that, because the Packers game, we were up until, I don't know, like the fourth quarter, we were 10-0, and then they blocked a fucking field goal kick and somehow the Browns beat the Packers. What the actual fuck?
I mean,
Eagles.
The Eagles were down, what was it, like 19 points by the middle of the third quarter, and then won the game by a single point.
That's not even the only game that was like that.
Technically, the Eagles won by more than a point, but if it hadn't been for the blocked field goal, that would have been game over.
You look at, I've just pulled up all the game scores for the weekend. I mean, so Dolphins lost to the Bills on Friday, 21-31, because 10-13. Jets 27-29 to the Bucks. Raiders took an absolute battering by the Commanders. That was one of my favorite games, 21-41. Texans lost to the Jags, 10-17. Rams, Eagles 136. Colts obliterated the Titans, 41-20. Bengals got smashed by Carson Wentz and the Vikings, 10-48.
That was insane.
What the fuck? I did see that Justin Herbert was the most sacked QB in NFL history to then come back and win a game.
Yeah, that you can't deny the Chargers this season are looking like a real threat to every team. If say they don't get a bye week and they go into the wild card round, they're through. If they keep playing like they are, they've got a playoff spot and they are almost guaranteed a wild card win.
Yeah, and you look at the Ravens-Lions game. That's going to be a hard-fought game, whichever way you look at it, because they're both really tough teams. But Lamar Jackson got sacked 3 or 4 times. Derrick Henry fumbled the ball 3 times, then fumbled himself onto the bench. What is going on in the league this week?
A stat today, last like 130 games, Derrick Henry's fumbled the ball 3 times. In the last 3 games, he's fumbled it 3 times. Like, what's happened this season?
Caleb Williams.
Everyone who's supposed to be crap has been playing much better.
I wanted to touch on that Cowboys-Bears game because the Cowboys lost 14, Bears 31. Is it that Caleb Williams looked really good for the first time ever, in my opinion? He looked really good. But was it he was really, really good, or the Cowboys were really, really bad?
I hate to say it, and I know people are going to come for me for it, but it's a combination of that and that he was looking a lot better. I think part of it's they've probably been play calling better. Just pulling up the scores now. Like, who have they played this season? So they've played the Vikings, Lions, and Cowboys. I mean, the Lions game, let's be honest, that was almost a given that they were going to lose that. It's the Lions. They're insane. The Vikings only beat them by 3 points. Each of the 3 games, the Bears have had 21 or more points. I don't really think it's Caleb Williams looking shit. I think there was some tough QB competition, tough teams that they've played. The Cowboys have just kind of fallen in the drain a bit.
Smidge. They need a QB shake-up, in my opinion.
I think they need to, whether it's Jerry or Dak himself, one of them needs to get Dak out of that team.
Yeah.
I don't know, a couple of games, put a backup in, see if they can get things going a different way.
Yeah. Anyway, we need to get on with our top stories of the week. We could deep dive into all of the games for absolutely hours. But if you look at the scores, okay, of the games, it will let you watch highlights. So games that have got Jets Buccaneers, you can watch a 23-second clip. You go down to, where did I just see it? Cardinals Niners 32.
It's
Anyway. Yes. So let's go. Top stories of the week.
Yeah, so Chicago Bears are apparently, don't know how true this is, not been any confirmation yet, going to fire GM Ryan Poles after the Cowboys game. He's going to finish the NFC North with a 3-31 record after famously saying he would take the North and never give it back in 22. He's only won 3 games against divisional teams.
I mean, he might do this season. Unlikely, but I don't know.
It's not looking good.
As long as the Cowboys play every game from now, the Packers play every game from now on, like they played on Sunday, and maybe I can't say it would be a bad thing for them to get a new GM.
I think they might need a bit of a shake-up.
Mhm.
Get somebody new in the building to run it a bit differently.
I don't know. Cam Newton revealed on his podcast that Shedeur Sanders had interest from 3 teams: the Ravens, Eagles, and the Browns. Shedeur didn't want to sit behind Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts. Cam reckons he thought that Cleveland gave him the best chance to compete for a QB slot. He didn't want to sit behind Lamar or Jalen Hurts for the obvious reason.
I can also confirm Eagles called because Dion, his dad, went on to New Heights podcast and said it on there.
Yeah. He basically didn't want to sit behind Lamar or Jalen Hurts because they're both top tier franchise QBs. The only way he's going to get to play is if they're injured so injured. So he's got slim to no chance of starting. Whereas with the Browns, the way their QB room looks,
Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, there is a chance. But I think the problem he's got at the moment is the way things went with the draft. It's put him too far down the roster spot at the moment.
I still think Joe Flacco needs to be benched.
Yeah,
he played
100%.
absolutely dog shit. If they hadn't blocked that field goal, they had no chance getting any points on the board whatsoever.
Yeah, they need to bench Flacco. It doesn't matter whether they put in, who's the other one, Dylan Gabriel or Kenny Pickett or Shedeur Sanders. I think they need to give somebody else a try. It's been 3 weeks. They haven't really done anything.
No, not at all.
Still, next one we got is Josh Allen has surpassed Pat Mahomes, the great Patrick Mahomes, as the fastest player in NFL history to reach 300 career offensive touchdowns, including the playoffs.
I didn't see that coming. I thought it would be Pat Mahomes. Actually, I wouldn't have said anyone else, to be fair. Josh Allen, he pulls out every single game.
Yeah.
Name a game that the Bills got anything less than 20 to 30 points.
You can't say he's not a good guy. I mean, he was the MVP of the league last season.
Well deserved.
And this season, he's making a career case again for his second MVP. I understand it. I just didn't see it happening. Does that make sense? It makes sense it being him. I just didn't think, with the way Pat Mahomes has started his career, I didn't think it was going to happen so soon.
Neither did I, to be quite honest with you.
I mean, I thought it was going to be like someone like Arch Manning coming in, years behind.
Yeah.
It would do it. But I didn't think it would happen with Josh Allen while Pat's still in the league,
Yeah. So the obvious Super Bowl rematch, Eagles, Chiefs, smash TV records. 33.8 million viewers of Fox's most watched game, the biggest week 2 regular season game ever, and the most watched September-October NFL broadcast in history.
Let's be honest, I'm not surprised. As much as I love the Eagles and that, they're my team, but this is the 4th or 5th time they've played. They've played 2 Super Bowls, and then the next season they've had a rematch. This is the 4th year in a row they've played. It's the 5th, because I think they played once before the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 57. I heard somewhere that this is the most any AF and NFC have played consecutive years. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. It's always a good matchup, Eagles, Chiefs, realistically. Yeah. You can't say that.
You watch the game and both teams' defenses beat the crap out of the offense.
Yeah.
It's like there's no other way to put that. That's what happened, and they've both got really good defense. So I think it was always kind of going to be a battle of the giants, if you like.
Yeah. And obviously, Eagles won again, but it is what it is.
NFL and Virgin Media Television have announced a new free-to-air broadcast partnership. All 2025 international games in Europe, the Super Bowl, and 3 playoff games will be shown in Ireland on Virgin Media.
Oh, we watched DAZN, so we don't have to watch Channel 5, but all I've seen is the shit about Channel 5 showing the games and then in between games playing stupid frigging games.
I've heard that it's not that good.
And there was one, I seen a clip on TikTok, I think. You have a hot dog sausage, you put it down behind and you can't see, the other person can't see, you've got to try and cut the smallest bit of hot dog sausage. I don't fucking know. But people tune in just to watch the NFL. We don't need the usual gap filling shit that they do. It should just be.
Well, if you look at it,
stats and stuff.
That show from last year just had the hosts talking about the game in between, and it's been on for how long?
The new one?
No, like the original show. How long was that been on? You know, and it didn't need all that filler game show crap.
They're trying to pull more people in that don't watch the NFL, but they're going the wrong way about it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
A game show is not the way to try and draw new NFL fans, because the trouble is they're going to get bored in between it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just going to end up switching because they're not interested in the NFL and they don't understand it. And to be honest, before I understood it, I would switch it.
Mm-hmm. What they need to do is have in between talking about the game, talking about what third down is, 2-point conversion, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Rather than, here's a sausage, see if you can throw it in that net.
Yeah, I think they need to have like a section of the show, maybe nearer the beginning, where they explain a different rule or a different format of lining up, or you know what I mean, a different position group, or just explain parts of it in a certain part of the show or something.
Yeah, it would make more sense, and you'd draw more people in because people would be able to understand, because it is a complicated game to try and understand, because somewhere, I've got this, you lent this to me, if I can find it. Where are you?
I've probably forgotten about this.
You have forgotten about this. I know you've forgotten about this.
I did
All for Dummies. I've had that for absolutely ages. Just I've read it and it's been sat in that cupboard because there was things when I first started watching that I didn't fully understand, and you had that book from when you first started watching. Although I've been watching it longer, I still didn't fully understand the game. It's a hard game to understand.
It's not until you actually read that book, as stupid as it sounds, Football for Dummies is a really helpful book, even for fans who have been watching it. Like, because you start understanding some of the penalties that get called, why they're moving, how far they're moving, you know, stuff like that, why they're getting called, and it explains a lot more of the game, why certain people are lining up in a certain place. And
it would make it help if they done something like that at the beginning of their show, especially for fans like us. And we don't grow up with this sport. We don't necessarily understand half of the stuff that is said to begin with.
It's just growing, but it's not been here as long as it's been in America.
Exactly. Anyway, here are your NFL rushing leaders through week 2. Jonathan Taylor, the Colts, 236 yards. Travis Etienne, the Jags, 214 yards. Eric Henry, Ravens, 192 yards. James Cook, Bills, 176 yards. Bijan Robinson, the Falcons, 167 yards. Tony Pollard of the Titans, 152 yards. Javonte Williams, Cowboys, 151 yards. Josh Jacobs of the Packers, 150 yards. Saquon Barkley, Eagles, 148 yards. Alvin Kamara, Saints, 144 yards. J.K. Dobbins, Broncos, 139 yards. See, the reason I put this on there was just how far down Saquon Barkley actually is, and how many of these, only 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 of them are actually running backs.
Yeah, what I will say, the ones that really surprised me, just for them being there in the leaders, so to speak, is the Saints, Cowboys, and Titans.
Yeah.
Because they're not known to have a big run game, especially not the last couple of seasons. So to see them actually on there is kind of impressive. Yeah. What's also not impressive at the same time is I think those three teams have a losing record so far.
Yeah, I think they do. They're
Mhm.
running it too. They're running it to their own end zone.
I think the guys getting towards the goal line, turning around and running back.
Anyway, I just thought that was quite an interesting sort of week 2 stat. I won't be putting that in every week, but there we
No,
go.
it's interesting to see, as you say, how far. I mean, Josh Jacobs as well. He was
Mhm.
one of the top 3 or 4 last season.
I think he was 3. It was Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, the end of the season.
Yeah, 2 of the top guys are nearer the bottom. It's interesting, that's for sure. The Falcons' defense went off in week 2 with 6 sacks and 2 interceptions, which for the Falcons is kind of mad. It's not something you talk about them. You don't really talk about their defense a lot.
No.
know what I mean?
And then it's a stark contrast to this week's game where the Falcons. Who did the Falcons play?
Played the Panthers and got destroyed. And that was quite a good game. On the Panthers side, that was quite a good game.
It's not a team you expect to beat anyone.
Unless you're not 30-0. Like,
Yeah, that is
Falcons
exactly
got
what I was
nothing.
going to say.
Like, what happened? Did their defense fall go to sleep?
Oh, I don't know.
It's an interesting one. I only saw the highlights of this game, so I didn't really watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I see. I only seen the highlights.
It's the offense or the defense that fell apart. I did see a thing that they put Kirk Cousins in at one point.
Did they?
Yeah.
Why would they put?
Fourth quarter or something. Well, I saw a coach or the OC or somebody had said that the game was already out of hand, so they took Penix Jr. out to stop him getting beaten up more or something.
They put Kirk Cousins in. Jesus, mate.
I mean, they're paying him like $40 million a year. They might as well make use of him.
Yeah. Whatever. So, defensive tackle Jordan Davis currently leads all defensive linemen in solo and assisted tackles per PFF. And I'm pretty sure, did he not just block a field goal and run it back for a pick six?
That's why I said, like, the Eagles technically didn't win by 1 point, but realistically it was, because he blocks the game-winning field goal for the Rams.
Yeah.
And took it back for a pick six. I also saw he is like 330 pounds.
Yeah, I did see
and
that.
ran at like 18.5 miles an hour.
Yeah, because I seen an interview with him afterwards. They were like, "If you caught your breath,"
Yeah.
and he was like, "Not really. I don't think I've run that fast since the combine."
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
Like guys
Someone
that
that
are
size.
half their size, and
Yeah.
he just outran them. Like he was. If you watch the clip, he saw the ball go down
Mhm.
after the block, went to get it. I think it was the placeholder, nearly managed to get it, but one of our guys had already come off the edge and pushed him straight out of the way, so he couldn't even get to it. So he just had a clear path to the ball and just gone.
I will say this week, the amount of field goals that were blocked is unbelievable.
Heard it was like 5.
There was Eagles blocked 2.
Yeah.
Bears blocked 1. Yeah, I think
Blocked
the
one, I
Jets
believe.
blocked 1.
There was somebody else. I can't remember. I can't
it the
remember what team it
Vikings?
was. Might have been the Vikings.
Because I remember watching it, and so they're all lined up. The ball was kicked, but rather than they jump over to try and bat it, the guy came round and blocked it. He jumped in front of the kick as it happened.
Yeah.
Because I thought, surely that's offside.
It's not.
But the ball had been snapped, so it wasn't offside.
Yeah, and if you watch a lot of field goals, the big guys in the middle don't even usually bother moving. Now, in my mind, that's stupid. If they can bat it down, usually the guys off the edge are already around so far. By the time it hits the ground, they can scoop it.
Yeah.
Because Isaiah Rodgers played for the Eagles last season, and he did exactly that. One of our guys, I think it was Jalen Carter, got his big-ass hand up, blocked the field goal, and then because it came down, he was already off the edge on the special teams, and he grabbed it and just ran with it. Got like a 40-yard return on it.
That's crazy, isn't it?
So if they actually all put the effort in, I mean, this weekend was a show. It was like 5 blocked field goals.
But
It
normally
can
get
be
that
done.
many. There's not that many normally in a week.
That's usually like 5 in a season.
Yeah, and so far this season is easily 8 or 9 blocked field goals already.
It's just wild. It has been a really weird week this week of games because the Jets nearly won their game.
Yeah, and
Like
that confused me.
Yeah. And I will say, have you seen the clip of head coach dancing on the sideline?
No.
I'll try and find that and send it to you later on. Like it's already been on like Good Morning Football and stuff. He was when they blocked the field goal, he was so happy. He's like started dancing on the sideline. It's really funny. Probably speculate for the next week.
God, you're up next, homie.
I think this is a good one for the team. Washington DC has approved a $3.8 billion project for a new 65,000 seat stadium at the old RFK site, opening 2030, hopefully.
Yeah. For a second, I thought it was 2023. Then I just looked at my calendar. 3.8 billion is going to be a decent stadium.
Yeah, it will be, I expect, state of the art. You know, the only thing that I'm interested to see is whether they put a roof on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know a lot of teams want a roof so they can host the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can't host the Super Bowl if you don't have a roof.
Which is weird.
I mean, you think about it, how many fans, we've said this before, how many fans turn up for snow games? I mean, the Bills Mafia is a big one for that.
They go down and clean the...
Yeah. So, you know, if you hosted a Super Bowl in the snow, you imagine that stadium would be packed.
It's because celebrities don't want to sit in the snow, mate.
Yeah, but then they've got the bloody boxes.
Still gets chilly.
Turn your fucking heating up, you dickheads.
Anyway, we're on to week 3. The Jaguars defense, 7 interceptions. They only had, that's just week 3, 7 interceptions. Last year, 6 the entire 2024 season.
That's crazy.
That's fucking bonkers, isn't it? The fuck? How do they go from 6 all season to 7 already?
I take it this is how many they've made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's, I don't know, this season, a few teams have managed to get the defense to step up.
What game was it this weekend where it was just like, it might have actually been the Jags game. It was pick city and they were just, I think they had 2 pick sixes or at least 1 pick 6 and then almost all the way.
So Vikings had that and he's on my player of the week.
Yes.
Well, he isn't my player of the week, but I think he gets a shout out, but we'll get into that. But yeah, the Vikings defense went crazy this weekend. I think the Jags have really turned their kind of team around a bit this season.
But it does seem to be that they seem to be putting on.
I think the fans have got some hope for a good run this season, I think. How that will end, I don't know, as we've seen many times in this league. I mean, the Bengals, for instance, Joe Burrow goes down, the team doesn't look so good. But if all things trend the way they are, they should have a good shot at a playoff run this year.
Let's not hope because, trading block.
Chargers signed DN Clalin, I think that's how it's pronounced. I could be wrong. Ferrell after a workout.
Former Giants wide receiver Isaiah Hodgins signs with the Steelers.
Veteran edge rusher Preston Smith heads back to Washington to join the Commanders.
Falcons cut kicker Young Ho Koo after 7 years, bring in Parker Romo on a 2-year deal.
And Eagles claim wide receiver Xavier Gibson off waivers and cut O-lineman Kenyon Green. I do want to know he's another former Giants player.
So why would you cut a 7-year veteran, Young Ho Koo?
He's missed a few this season.
It's week 3, man. Last season he was fucking like automatic. He was a machine getting them.
But that's how a lot of them have got so far with kickers. I mean, the Eagles, Jake Kelly missed a few last season, but he's back to his former self this season. You know, they put their trust in him and said, look, we know you're going to get through it. And in the playoffs, he didn't miss a single one. But I think a lot of teams now, because there's so many people out there who are kickers, I mean, there's loads, on practice squads and looking for a roster spot and just all of it. That it's just like you can cut one and pick up the next guy straight away.
Yeah, that's it. Kickers are bazillions, I suppose, aren't they?
It's unfortunate, but it happens a lot at the moment. I've seen quite a few kickers get cut, and I will say I have seen a few be brought back to practice squads and stuff. Whether they do that, I don't know, but
it is.
I think it's a bit of a shit show to do.
Yeah, so, figure it out. Question for the viewers. Which struggling team do you think will make the biggest turnaround this season? Bears, Raiders, Cardinals, Jags, Saints? I mean, the Bears so far are looking better than they have in previous years, but leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know who you think could be the surprise turnaround, the surprise person that could make it to the playoffs, that hasn't made it to the playoffs for years.
Biggest one would be the Jets.
Contract signings and extensions.
Packers signed wide receiver Christian Watson to a 1-year, $13.25 extension.
I heard something about that, but no, I can't remember what it was. I was going to say. Sign quarterback Zion McCollum. Lands a 3-year, $48 million extension. That's fucking good money.
Packers extend punter Daniel Whelan. My God, mate, I cannot speak tonight. Daniel Whelan, 2 years, $6.2 million.
That's pretty standard, and he is a really good punter anyway. Niners right tackle Colton McVitt signs a 3-year, $45 million with $27 million guaranteed. Fucking hell,
Mate, these guarantees are getting insane,
isn't they? That's big money.
Yeah. Kendrick Bourne returns to San Fran on a 1-year worth up to $5 million.
What position does he play?
I couldn't figure it out. I've been looking for the last couple of days, but I couldn't. Let's double check. I bet if I look now, it'll come up straight away. He's a wide receiver. I mean, San Fran are pretty much in need of a wide receiver at the moment.
$5 million. That's nothing for a wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, he was. What have we got? Let's look at his stats quick. Played for the Patriots last season and only had 305 yards all season.
Let's hope he can perform a little bit better for the Niners.
Well, he's played for the Patriots for the last 4 seasons. His biggest yard season was his first with 800 yards. And he was with the Niners for 4 years before that. His biggest with them was his last with 667.
Oh. Well, let's hope you can get yourself a little turnaround, get yourself a bigger pay bump. For a wide receiver, $5 million is nothing.
That's kicker money.
Yeah. Broncos OLB Nick Bonito gets a 4-year extension. There's no mention of what sort of dollarage he's on, but O-line not going to be masses.
Well, O-line 4 years. I wouldn't be surprised 60, 70 mil.
Do you reckon?
4 years.
Yeah. That's 15, 12 million a year, something like that.
Yeah, so 4 years O-line, that wouldn't surprise me. Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams agrees to a 3-year, $83 million deal.
He is one of the best wide receivers in the league.
He's insane. Like, if you watch that last game.
Safety Jabril Peppers expected to join the Steelers.
I have heard he has joined.
Safety Jabril Peppers joins the Steelers. Anyway, injury report.
There's quite a few key guys, I would say, this week.
Nick Bosa for the Niners tore his ACL. Season ending. That's this season done for him.
Aaron Jones on the Vikings got his hamstring placed on IR, so he's at least 4 games he's going to miss.
Justin Fields for the Jets, concussion and ruled out. Concussions usually 2-3 weeks.
It depends on the person. I mean, if there's no signs of it on the day, like after the game, I think it's like you miss 1 week of football and there's a chance you can play the second.
Yeah.
But if you've got signs of it 3 or 4 days later, then it's usually 2 games at least. Khalil Mack for the Chargers is a dislocated elbow. That's out for a few weeks. Dislocated? How do you dislocate your elbow, man?
I don't know.
Yeah, like I'm trying to work that one out myself.
I would have to snap that way, but surely that would break.
No, because it's your elbow. You've dislocated it. That's essentially you've got to pull your elbow out of its socket.
Oh yeah,
like how? I've never seen that one. That's interesting.
Cody Mauch of the Bucks, season-ending knee injury.
Knee's never good. Max Sharping for the Steelers, significant knee injury in practice. That's all I could find. I have heard he is apparently going to miss this week, possibly the week after as well.
Noah Fant of the Bengals, concussion protocol. There was one for the Packers. Can't remember who it was, though. Brain is foggy. But game of the week.
Broncos Chargers, man.
That was managed to get sacked that many times
for it. And
they just dominated. They dominated the entire game.
That defense was wild. They got to him 6 times, but Herbert still come out with one. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I said earlier. The Chargers are looking like they're on a real tear this season.
Yeah, and with Justin Herbert at the helm and Jim Harbaugh there as well.
Yeah, it's really looking good for them this season.
You've got one of the best coaches in the NFL and one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
And I think he's underrated.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
A lot of
100%.
people will leave him out of the top 10.
Mhm.
And I mean, they are controlling the AFC West at the moment with, I'm looking at it now, 3-0.
There's not many
Raiders,
teams now
Raiders,
that
Broncos, and Chiefs are all 1 and 2.
so you look at it, we're into week 3. How many teams now are 3-0?
I saw a thing today, it's only 6.
You can't tell me he's not one of the top 10 QBs in the
So you've got Bills, Chargers, Colts, they're all undefeated. Eagles, Niners, I don't know how Niners are still undefeated, and Bucks.
You got Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts,
Josh Allen,
Josh Allen. I couldn't get his name out of my mouth. It just wouldn't come out.
and
There's
Danny Dimes.
4, right? And then you look at the Colts with fucking Daniel Jones. I'm just like lost
Yeah.
for words at the moment because
I mean, the Colts are very impressive.
you look at last season, Daniel Jones, compared to this season.
Yeah, but I can't speak again. Where was he last season? I'm pretty sure he was backup last season for a team.
Mhm.
I can't remember where it was. I think it was the Viking.
Maybe.
I think he ended up leaving and going to the Vikings. Yes, well, he was with the Giants for a good portion of the season. Pretty sure he ended up with the Vikings towards the end of the season.
I don't remember. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, Vikings he went to.
Is it?
Yeah. And of course, they wanted JJ McCarthy this season, so he was always going to end up somewhere else or stay as a backup.
JJ McCarthy ended up being out his first season.
Yeah. But they had
With-
Sam Darnold, didn't they?
Yeah. And that was ACL or meniscus.
I forget. But he missed his entire rookie season. But what's quite funny is they had Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones on their roster, and they got rid of them both and put JJ McCarthy in.
Where's player of the week gone?
Currently 2-1. They're not the worst, but they could have had either of those two.
Mhm.
Danny Dimes is balling.
And then top games, Vikings, Bengals. That was a really good game.
Yeah, I mean, not so much for the Bengals, but
No.
yeah, for the Vikings, that was a brilliant game.
Carson Wentz.
He definitely didn't look like he's been the backup for a few.
He looked like he's been a day one superstar starter for as long as he's been in the.
He looked great against them. Whether he does, if he goes in again, time will tell. But the Vikings, I mean, that defense was on fire.
You've also got to remember that the Bengals didn't have Joe Burrow, but with his turf toe, they had their backup in, who should be third string, should not be a backup.
That wasn't a good game for him.
Not at all. Raiders, Commanders. I watched that and I don't remember it.
That was quite a wild one for the Commanders. Raiders aren't going to be happy about it, but yeah, 41-24. The Raiders didn't play their worst game, but
Not
the
by a long
Commanders
shot.
was Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. That for me, Marcus Mariota is my player of the week because the way he left Atlanta and with his knee injury from quarterback season 1, if you watched that on Netflix, to then just sort of bouncing around the league, being people's back, then being the backup for Jaden Daniels.
I believe he went in for a game last season and done all right. I don't think he did as well as he did this week.
No, I don't.
But I think he done well enough because last season he was on, I think, a 1-year deal and they re-signed him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he had a good outing. I think he's safe for the season with the Commanders. They may bring him back.
I was thinking maybe now I don't know what was wrong with him at the time. Maybe he gets signed to another team in D1. Yeah. Raiders could always do with a decent QB. Saints could do with a decent QB. And you're looking at Marcus Mariota. He's not the shittest QB in the world.
Browns could probably use his help.
Fuck off. Browns have got more QBs than they've got wide receivers, mate.
Yeah, but they're not giving any of them an actual chance, are they?
No. Niners versus Cardinals.
Yeah, this was a hard-fought game on both sides. That's kind of why I think it should have been in top games because, I mean, you look at the score, 16-15.
Yeah, that is not a massive...
tooth and nails. We're going to beat the crap out of each other.
Kyler Murray's an absolute savage anyway. He's a little a little scrappy guy who's going to run the ball as much as he can if he can't wang it as far as he can wang it. Was Brock Purdy in?
No.
I didn't think he was. I think that might have been a different ball game if Brock Purdy was in.
Yeah, I think it probably would have. He could play week 4 though, apparently. So
anyway, rumors.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I haven't seen much on this one.
No, I just seen one thing and I thought that's a pretty good rumor to spread around a little bit.
I mean, it'll be an interesting one, yeah.
Chiefs reportedly showing interest in Odell Beckham Jr. He's not ready to give up yet, and I think that's probably one of the only teams that Odell Beckham Jr. hasn't played for.
I think if he gets a roster spot this season, he is going to be the veteran presence. He is not going to be your star receiver. He is going to be passing his knowledge on to the younger guys, going in if needed in certain packages.
He's not with anyone at the moment, is he?
No, he's unsigned, which is never a good sign for a receiver in week 3.
No. That's all the rumors I've seen this week, so I just thought it's a good one. But anyway, player of the week, I've already done mine being Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, Jordan Davis for me.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
The blocked field goal, return it for a touchdown. He also helped on their first blocked field goal.
Yeah, I've seen the clip.
Jalen Carr deflected it just enough to hit Jordan Davis' arm, and then it just sent it flying.
Jordan Davis did play really well this week with his fucking sprinting down the field as fast as his little legs could carry him.
Well, he also lost like 30 pounds in the offseason to be able to play more snaps.
Good.
And I saw a thing that he played like 40% of defensive snaps and also played special teams.
Really? Fucking hell.
So
a lot of ball to play. A lot of ball to play for someone that is £330.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my pick of the week. I also think we need to give a shout out to Isaiah Rodgers of the Vikings. He had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
3 tackles, 2 pass deflections, an interception, 2 forced fumbles, 1 recovery of a fumble, and 2 defensive touchdowns.
That's absolutely crazy.
The best thing is he's a cornerback.
It's mental, isn't it?
Like, he's not a safety, near the goal line. He's not a tackle or anything like that. Right? He's a cornerback. He is fast as fuck, that man. He's just everywhere.
Yeah, I seen him. Yeah. There was a fumble and the commentator shouted, "Where's Rodgers?"
Yeah. I'm happy for him. I'm also sad that we got rid of him. He was with the Eagles last season.
Yeah. Did he play this?
And he would have been perfect.
Yeah, because your safeties...
Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean plays nickel. Cooper DeJean plays nickel. Quinion plays outside corner. Our other corner is questionable.
Right. What? Did he play this well for?
He did, but of course we had Darius Slay. So he didn't get as much play time. But he did do a fumble recovery for us last year. As I say, that I'm pretty sure it was the field goal or it was a straight up fumble recovery. And he hit speed. He done like a 40 yard dash. And in that, he spun a tackle. Like somebody went to tackle him, spun it, and just ran for it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was like in a snow game, maybe?
It does seem to be when the Eagles play their best in the snow. But did you see Cam Scatterboo play this week? He got absolutely... He got hardly any yards. He just puts every single effort into every single run he does.
Saw a thing today, ironically, about him. Said Cam Scatterboo trying to speed run CTE.
Yeah, he's really short. I don't know his height or anything like that, but he's built like a brick shithouse. But he's tiny, and
he sees a tackle coming, he just runs for them.
So even if he might not make that tackle, he is still going to give that tackle a go.
Yeah, he is at 1.8 meters apparently, which for everybody outside of the metric system, 5'10".
Daniel's that height. Daniel's actually 5'11", I think. He's shorter than a 14-year-old. Madness, but he is probably 5'10" wide as well.
Yeah, he is not a small dude for his height. He's not a small dude for someone who's my height. Let's be honest. but I think he's going to develop into quite the running back for him.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. This season, we have seen a lot of really good rookies, better than last season's rookies, I think.
Some of them, I think there's still some questionable ones who are first rounders, like Ashton Genty.
Yeah,
I would like to see him develop a bit more.
I don't think being on the Raiders the right place for him to go. He is with a really poor poor offense and really poor defense anyway. He's not going to get the runs in. They've got one really good player, Max Crosby.
Yeah, I don't think they play the style of football he's good at.
Oh,
so
definitely not.
unless they start playing his style, he's not going to be utilised properly. He could end up like Bijan Robinson, a dual threat, and, really help uplift that team.
Yeah,
It's whether they utilise him properly.
I don't know.
Still early in the season, though, so
He could completely surprise everybody and just be a new age Saquon Barkley and fucking be racking up the miles. The Raiders could surprise everybody and win the fucking Super Bowl. But anyway, that's it from me. How about you? We are out of here. Thanks for tuning in into Exley's on the NFL. Follow us on Instagram at Exley's NFL Podcast and TikTok, Tony Exley 12. Hit the subscribe button and don't forget we're on Spotify as well. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to Exley's on the NFL. Follow us on Instagram at Exley's NFL Podcast and TikTok at Tony Exley 12. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.